What's up, you guys? Welcome to my InVision Studio course. I'm so excited to go through this program with you guys and show you really what it's capable of because it's capable of a lot. There's a lot of really awesome tools in here that allow you to create really innovative and fun designs. But before we jump into it, there is one thing you're going to need, and that's an InVision account. If you don't have an InVision account, jump over to InVisionApp.com. and make sure you sign up for one. They are free, just like the button says. Get started, free forever. So sign up, and then once you have that account, you can log in to the InVision Studio software. Okay, so jumping right into this launch screen, we have a couple different options here to get started. InVision Studio makes it really easy to jump in. We have some template devices here. So we have our mobile devices. We have some tablet devices and some desktop devices. And then we have our trusty blank canvas if we wanted to start from scratch. Over on the right-hand side, you can jump right into an old project you've been working on, or even open up a sketch file from here, which will import your sketch file in and let you, apply what InVision Studio has to offer to those designs. We got some tutorials and some trusty resources that InVision is always super generous with their resources. Okay, so let's jump in. I'm going to choose iPad Air Mini, and let's get started. And then, so here we are in the interface. I'm going to scale this up real quick just so that I can use most of the real estate of the screen. And here we are. We are in the interface of InVision Studio, and I'm going to take you through a really brief overview of where everything lives. Right now, you're looking at it and you're like, okay, I have a left panel, I have a right panel. Where are the rest of my tools? It's very bare bones, or at least it seems that way, until you select something. So watch, once I select this artboard here, boom. So now our tools have shown themselves, right? Now we have some tools going on up in the top. We have even more settings on the right side, which is in our inspector, and then we have a layers panel on the left-hand side. So really quickly, let's jump over to the left-hand side and talk about that. So again, like I said, we have our layers panel here. As you start adding in some shapes, you'll notice those shapes start layering up, right? So we have all of our layers in the layers panel here. We can group those layers, which allow them to be easier to manage, right? I like clean design files. I'm sure most of you do. But that's where they're going to live. They're going to live over here in this layers panel. You also have a toggle right above that. So this is going to toggle you between your layers panel and your library. And your library is where all of your components live. And we're going to get into components much later, but they're kind of reusable elements of your designs. And it allows you to keep a list of all those, and you can just drag and drop them into your designs as you move forward. Up on the top here, we have our arrow tool, but it is also our shape tools. And then we have our pen tool if we want to draw some vector stuff. We got text layers. We have images we can import, and artboard. So you can draw a custom artboard if you have a certain size that you want to draw out. We also have our zoom. We have some interaction tools over here, component tools. We have some path tools that allow us to customize paths, since this program runs mostly on vectors. We have Boolean operations, which allow us to, cut some things together when it comes to vector shapes, or, separate things. There's a lot of cool stuff. We're going to go into all this. Mask and rotate. And then over to the right-hand side here, we have a preview icon, which allows us to look at our prototypes and actually really get to test them while we're designing, which is awesome. It gives us a preview of our prototype. Right next to that, we can share things right to InVision. So once we are happy with our designs, we can shoot them up straight to InVision and start showing them off to clients or to coworkers or to whoever you want to show it to. And then you can use all the InVision tools on the web, which is like commenting and collaborating and all that stuff. So that's how we can shoot those up there. And then right here we have a more icon, which will give us, what's new in InVision Studio, some of those tutorials, and then you can also leave some feedback for the folks over at InVision if you have any comments. Over here on the right, we have our inspector. This is going to give us all of our alignment tools, our XY coordinates, our width and height, some of our rotate tools, all that good stuff is going on over here on the right hand side. And again, we're going to jump into all this in more detail as we go through the course, but just a quick overview. And then the last thing is our export down in the bottom right hand corner. So if you have a shape, you want to export it, you can click on it, hit export. It's going to allow you to export it by a particular size and a particular format. Okay, so I hope that gives you enough insight on what we're about to jump into. There's a lot of really fun stuff in here, guys, and this is really, I couldn't even say this is scratching the surface because it goes so much deeper than that. But all right, I'll see you guys in the next video.